Hello, I'm Andrew Lawrence King, and today I'm talking to you about medieval harp. We have no surviving instruments, but a lot of iconographical evidence to show us that harps like this were very high status instruments associated with royalty, with King David the psalmist in particular, and that their array of strings symbolised the structure of music itself. Around the year 1200, in the liturgical drama, the play of Daniel, Ludus Danielis, the rubric, the instructions, if you like, the stage directions, say that the harpists go before King Darius and his invading army.
Rex Darius!
At this moment in the play, the rubric directs that King Darius suddenly appears with his army, and the harpers go before him. We read of the same practice in a 12th century account of the Norman conquest. The first blow at the Battle of Hastings is struck by William's faithful harper, Taillefer. In this period, polyphonic music usually has its 2 or 3 voices in the same range, crossing over one another all the time. So the small total range of this harp is no limitation for the music of its own period. Harps like this were played up until the 14th century. This instrument, with just over 2 octaves of range, is quite big compared to the various sizes of instrument that we see in paintings and sculptures. And a few years ago I would have said to you that this was really the deluxe version of a medieval harp. But recent research has shown that larger harps with perhaps as many as 24, 25 strings, but with this more or less equilateral triangle shape, were being played alongside the thin and narrow Renaissance harp during the 14th century. The 1300s were a period of change. Much of the repertoire of the medieval harp is monophonic, just a single melody line. But in common with fiddle and other instruments of this period, harpists would improvise accompaniments, perhaps with a fixed drone, or with parallel organum, or with note against note descant. harps like this were retuned by each player for their specific way of tuning and for the particular piece they were going to play. And so at a gathering of harper knights, as they passed the instrument around the circle, each one would retune it, and the tuning itself was something that the listeners marvelled to see and hear. Thank you for listening. I'm Andrew Lawrence King, and this is the Medieval Harp.